You support United?
Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
100%.
Since when?
Since I was a little boy.
It's not just this year.
My name's Jeffrey and I'm not media trained. Yeah, man. My name's Jeffrey. I'm 21 years old. I have a clothing brand called Ideaball that I've been running for a year and a half with my older brother. Basically, I take on luxury sportswear. There's been a lot of people that have kind of set up the foundations for us, like the Virgils, the Luigis, Jerry Lorenzos, but our take is more of a London. It's more through like a London lens, if you get what I mean. It's that kind of mix of that Ralph, kind of that ALD, but with that London twang. I don't like the word twang, I don't know why I said that, but yeah, it's kind of that. And then for the last year, I've been making like content just around my brand, around football, around fashion, around my thoughts, just in general, yapping when no one asked me to, but we're here now, innit? I'm not media trained at the end of the day. But yeah, man. Wait, can I not answer this question? Do I need to answer it? Yeah. When we first started, so I was actually my first year at university, and then my older brother was just like living his life, and we've always like done like business type stuff together, and we always like shared a love for fashion together. Like if I was ever gonna go to a concert, it'd be with him first, you know what I mean? The brand kind of came born out of wanting to have something that we know we're both passionate about together. In terms of what kind of inspired us to make the clothes we make, we always had that shared love for a certain type of clothing, a certain type of style, a certain type of like person. We're both like massively into sports growing up, and we're both massively into the whole lifestyle around like being a sports star. Vintage, classy, and street. My older brother supports Liverpool. He's the reason I support Liverpool. Yeah.
It's not just this year.
I got pictures. Bro, when I was growing up, it was dark. I got a twin in it and he supports Man United. So imagine that. Imagine that, me growing up in that yard, bruv. I'm just seeing them win everything. I'm just there.
United twins.
Yeah, it's dark. It was so funny because it was like the table started turning when it was in secondary school. And if that's the perfect place for me to just talk the most every single day. I'm just seeing like, the best day of my life, like as a Liverpool fan, was probably when we beat Barcelona on that second leg and me coming back into school. Oh my God. See, I was about to say something crazy there. Like, nah, like, bro, my head was on like Mars, bro. Like the week before, everyone was ripping into me saying, cause I felt like I'm one guy, I do chat a lot. When it comes to football, I do chat a lot. I can admit that, like, I'm very competitive. Like, I don't like to lose, but I'm also like a bad winner as well. I've never wanted to go to school before, but that day I wanted to go to school. You know what I mean? I want to say, I don't even think we're outside the tunnel yet, man, honestly. I don't even think we're outside the tunnel yet. I'll be so raw.
That might be the coldest. They haven't even done a coin toss.
No, not even. Nah, not even warm-ups. We've warmed up. We're warm now. We're just warming. It's time to really see what we're made of. I don't even know who my opponent is yet. You know what I mean? We're still finding us ourselves every day. Like, it's peak, but we get it done. I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just you need to have the right players and the right systems and the right manager to really like take you to that next level. Compare it to penalties, bro. Like, we can all do the whole 120 minutes, but who's gonna put their hand up to be like, yes, I want to take a penalty to win my team's cup final? You know what I mean? Who's gonna put their hand up? I think Up All Night by Drake and Nicki Minaj. I think I chose that because it's got like a very I'm coming into the game type song, if you get what I mean. Like, so obviously that Drake is still, I wouldn't even say he was established. He was coming up and he was like known as like the young guy in the scene who like, they were just throwing all these features at. But I feel like at that time, in Drake's career, he was very like still on the come up. This wasn't the finished product, if you know what I mean. And I feel like I can say the same about A Vera Forza. It was at a time where like I really wanted to I've always wanted to like make content and that, but I just didn't really know what I wanted to do specifically. I was like kind of just setting goals for myself, like what I want to do next year. And then like, I just put down like, I want to hit 10K on TikTok. I just wanted to hit 10K on TikTok. I didn't know what or how I'd even get there. Because I wasn't even posting at the time. I was like, I just want to hit 10K on TikTok in 2024. I was just seeing like a lot of people make content, and I was basically just saying like, oh, if these men can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? And like, I've always wanted to do it. It was kind of like a no-brainer when I factored in the fact that I could like literally promote my brand using myself as well. The bigger I get, the bigger, more people see my brand. And it's just like, okay, cool. Let me just get on here and start just chatting about stuff I can just chat about for hours. Like no scripts, just straight off the dome. I say that first month, yeah, I didn't even know why I was doing loads of things. I was just doing them. I started talking about it and then it started doing well, so I started talking about it more. It's weird because I can't really compare my content directly to anyone else's. And I was saying that in the least big-headed way. Like I genuinely don't know who makes a video about the disappearance of cams or number 10s in football, and then the next video, the style of The Sopranos, you know what I mean? Like I don't know any creator that does that. I grew up in London, like all my life. I was born in White City. We moved further out or further west to Uxbridge, but I've always been around here, this area, like White City area. Like I went to school in Brentford, and like I'd always just come around here because that's where most of my friends were from. So I'm originally, my parents are from, my mum's from Sierra Leone and my dad's from Ghana. And I actually featured my mum in a video. Well, it wasn't her, it was her voice a couple of weeks ago. And I was basically just talking about like the low lifes of New York, who used to like just run around like boosting Ralph Lauren stores and just like kind of just, and not even shorting the garments, just like keeping them as collections for themselves. That whole like era of just like sportswear and just like how loud it was and like just how boastful it was, especially in the black community. Again, it's one of our biggest like inspirations for the stuff we produce out of Era Forza. So I've got three older brothers. So I found this picture of them in like the 90s, and they're all wearing these like tracksuits from like different brands like Hewwy, Fila, all of that. And like even my mum and dad are both wearing the trackies as well. The fact that they're wearing the garments, that inspires me to this day before I was even born. So I asked my mum like why was she dressing up like my brothers in those clothes, and why was she wearing it? And then she was just like, at the time, that's just what people wore. And then I asked her like what type of brands, and she was naming like the Fubu's, the Fila, like the Ralph Lauren's. And she was saying like those, like she just wanted the best like brands to put her children in. I think it's an African pride thing, but yeah, it all just like links together, if you get what I mean. Like I haven't done anything for no reason, if you get what I mean. Probably Ralph Lauren, yeah. I don't want you to say Ralph Lauren, I say Polo Ralph Lauren. Polo Ralph Lauren, not even Ralph Lauren.
Interesting distinction.
Yeah, it's a sportswear aspect. I think I've got two actually. Well, Polo Ralph Lauren and late 90s, early 2000s Nike sportswear. Like those two are like my biggest points of comfort when it comes to fashion. Like I just look at those two eras. I just love everything about it. I'd look at it and it'll be like an exaggerated part of my style that I haven't tapped into yet, but also at the time I couldn't even afford to tap into yet, if you know what I mean. I just look at like how they design stuff, how like their silhouettes, the colors and everything. I was just drawn to it a lot. And like obviously like even the social context behind both of those brands, like it trickled down into like other brands, obviously like smaller brands like Fubu and Fila and that, but like those two are just like, those two are the blueprint, if you know what I mean, for everything we're doing, or how everyone dresses right now. I think those two are the blueprint. Even like the old school like T90 apparel, I feel like back then Nike used to put a lot of care or effort into such, nowadays you call like throwaway items. These were just items that would just be in like your JD or for the unks out there, your JJBs. They'll just be there, just sitting there, because it's like, you look at all the small details they add on to these pieces that will probably sit in store when they're released for like £20 and no one was even buying it. But like they put so much like care and love into it. I feel like that care and love, I can only appreciate it since I've started like making clothes with my brother. Like, cause you know how hard it is to make a piece your own and like put distinct like things on it. You're just like, damn, like these were sick. To me, it's never been like I mean, it might be subconscious, but like consciously, I've always been taught to just look nice, if you know what I mean. Like everywhere you're going, you gotta look nice, you gotta look presentable. I feel like that's just African mentality, but again, like you just gotta look presentable, you gotta look fly basically. My mum had no reason to be putting my older brothers in Fubu polo Ralph Lauren tracksuits. Like, there was no need for that. It's just that trickle down mentality. Like, I've always got to look nice. That's always been it. It's never been anything deeper than that. I can't say no, like, oh yeah, like fashion makes me feel a certain type of way and like I put clothes on and I just, you know what I mean? I've never had that. I'll be so real. I think, okay, cool. If we're gonna go like one past, one present, past is always gonna be David Beckham. Just fly. Like, I don't think any other footballers were wearing Tims back then, so. And then present, Mads Bitstrup from RB Salzburg. He's got that like...
Masu?
Yeah, exactly. This don't, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. You know, you see the footballers these days and they're just getting like loads of chains, trying to look like rappers and that, and it just looks hella corny. But like, this guy is more, he's wearing brands that it's just like, if you know, you know type thing. You can tell he actually cares about fashion. He actually like cares about like the silhouettes he's wearing. It's more of a relatable style, but it's more like, again, you could tell he got that footballer wage because there's certain things you're like, all right, cool. Yeah, when Skepta said he saw my video that I did, that one got me, I can't lie. I did an interview with him last year, November. It was for his launch of his Puma and Skepta like line. I saw him and obviously like I've never done like an interview like with a celebrity before. So I was kind of nervous, but I was like, all right, cool, let me just like warm into this, yeah. He just walks past and obviously like to me, Skepta's like my goat, innit? So like, I've been listening to this guy all my life, so I'm like, shit, like you're right there. So I just like, I don't know why I said that. I was like, yeah, what are you saying, Skep? He walked past me and he turned around and he's like, you're Jeff, innit? And I was like, yeah. Just like, I wasn't expecting that one. I was like, yeah. No, you're doing sick, mate. You just spotted me and I was like, in 10 years, I want us and our family to be like good off this. You know what I mean? Like all the stuff we're doing right now. I want us to be good off this. I want like this to actually mean a lot to more than just me and my brother. I know like certain people I always like say they fuck with the brand. I always appreciate that, but I want it to be like a thing where it's like part of people's lives on like a level that actually helps them. They don't even need to necessarily buy anything from the brand, but they just, when they hear the brand's name, they feel something. So I want us to really be in that space in 10 years. My younger self. Well, I still feel like I'm my younger self. Read a book some man. You know what I mean? Just read a book. Don't be just scrolling at your 12 years old, man. You know what I mean? Like, read more books. Read more books, read more books. Yeah. Educate yourself, young. Educate yourself. I feel like in 10 years, everyone's gonna wanna own their own thing. Like, everyone's gonna be on that and it's gonna be weird. And like no one's gonna really want to be a worker anymore. And it's not even necessarily like, oh, people's mindsets are changing. Like the world around us is changing. We're seeing that like you can't just be relying on one certain thing because it's just not gonna be enough anymore, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way how the world's going. It's literally pushing people to have their own thing and like kind of follow their own passions and hopefully monetize it, which again, even that in itself is because for certain people it just strips the whole fun out of it, but I'm often, so we'll see in 10 years, you know what I mean? We'll see. I'd say my striker would probably be my older brother, because he's like we have the same vision, but we have different methods and temperaments to get there. But it's like that yin and yang. So like once we're in full alignment, like it works. It works. The most like calculated person I probably know. So yeah, probably him. I say Irish East is probably like my twin. I always say that's my best friend. I could just like literally talk to him about anything, and they'll tell me the truth, like, unfiltered. But like he could be saying some wild shit, but it's always from a place of love. I'd say I'll probably put my parents there. You know what I mean? I'll probably put my parents there because anything that will happen, that will always be there. I can always rely on them. Solid eights on, what's it, sofa score, like since the day I was born. You know what I mean? You can't fucking beg for that type of consistency. So yeah, definitely my parents, because like, they'll always be there no matter what, and they'll help how they can or when they can. So yeah, great team players then. Great team players. Yeah, it's not even just the players. It's more like, again, just the feeling that football had back then. Like I low-key, when I do my research for like my brand and like references and that, I just look through pictures back then and like the film shots and like just the players wearing jewelry and that, and like obviously what was on their feet, T90s, you know what I mean? So it just represented an era where stuff was just it was just more relaxed and more fun and more laid back than it is now. But yeah.